99.9% of the time, I dismiss ESPN hot takes.
I want Iguodala.
Especially when the talking heads start comparing unproven players to legit NBA legends.
How about this for a comparison with Andrew Wiggins? The next Kobe Bryant.
But what if it's not just these so-called analysts proclaiming a player's greatness? What if the actual NBA players, past and present, are the ones doing the talking?
Anthony Edwards, he's not going to be a star. He's going to be a superstar.
He like a young 84 Jordan, boy. You hear me? You going to...
Told him, man, you got a chance, man. You got a chance, brother, to be Michael Jordan, brother.
Is it possible that after 40 years, another NBA player has come along to rival Michael Jordan? How good is Anthony Edwards actually? And what is the ceiling on a player this dynamic?
Edwards, he can do that!
Hold on, because I guarantee these numbers are going to shock you. Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. The 2024 NBA playoffs are officially here. So grab your popcorn and place your bets on who you think will win it all with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 on anything will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, new customers who bet just $5 on anything will get $200 in bonus bets. So even if your NBA team loses, you, my friend, are still a winner. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app using my promo code HenryHoops and unlock this incredible offer. Now, if you're already signed up, you can use my promo code to score a no-sweat NBA bet every day during the NBA playoffs. And don't worry, guys, if sports betting is not available in your state, DraftKings has got something for you too. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot at winning some really cool cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Don't forget to use my promo code HenryHoops so that you get the $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's promo code HenryHoops, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's a question for you. Which of these 22-year-old players would you want to build your franchise around? Player 1, who averages 22, 6, and 3. Player number 2, who averages 18, 5, and 4. Or player number 3, who's putting up 26 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. Sure, all three have solid stat lines, but obviously you would choose player number 3, who has a clear edge on the other two. And if you did choose player number 3, you'd be choosing 22-year-old Anthony Edwards, two-time All-Star and definitely one of the best under 25-year-olds in the league today. Now, the question is, who did you pass up on? Well, player number 1 was Allen Iverson, a guy who went on to become an 11-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champ, and a top 75 player of all time. Then there's player number 2. Any guesses? It's Stephen Curry, a 4-time NBA champion, twice MVP, and is undeniably the greatest shooter of all time. Both of these legends, AI and Steph Curry, transformed their respective franchises. So it's pretty insane that Ant-Man at 22 years old is statistically better than both of them. Talk about scary potential. So what is Anthony Edwards' ceiling? Is he actually on a Michael Jordan level trajectory? No one could ever be like Mike, right?
Both go down. 5 on 3. Oh! Anthony Edwards!
In his pre-draft scouting report, analysts compared Anthony Edwards to a young Victor Oladipo or Donovan Mitchell. Kendrick Perkins believed that Edwards had the athleticism of Russell Westbrook and the scoring ability of James Harden.
He fell down.
All that sounds awesome, but the real question is, does he have the work ethic to be great? Well, the Warriors and Steve Kerr didn't seem to think so.
Before he came, I thought I was like working hard. I was going through the drills and he kept stopping them like, that's all you got, that's all you got. And I'm like, bro, I'm going hard as you want me to go. Like, what you want me to do? I'm sweating crazy. He usually telling me like, you didn't work hard enough. Like if we had the #1 pick, we wouldn't take you.
Damn, that would be a serious wake-up call. Some players would fold under that sort of pressure. But instead, what you just witnessed was Ant-Man's version of Jordan's "it became personal" moment.
Became personal with me.
I can't underestimate how important this mentality is.
Like, bro, we got to pick it up. I don't know how. I don't know what we got to do. Like, but we got to pick it up. And I think after that, man, I became a madman in the gym.
This is the trait that separates good NBA players from the great. Their drive, their desire to be the best, and the dedication to continuously work to improve. And that's exactly what we're witnessing from Anthony Edwards.
For Utah, Edwards gets it back and threw it down.
The year-over-year scoring numbers tell an important story for Edwards' career. His rookie year, he averaged 19 points per game.
Edwards sees an opening and able to finish. Couple of black jerseys to get in front of him, and he does.
His sophomore year, he averaged 21 points per game.
Edwards gonna go to the other side. Beautiful. Great neck.
Oh, Vanderbilt, what a dive!
Last year, he jumped to 24 points per game.
Edwards, oh my! Pass up ahead. Here's the exclamation point.
And this season, he's averaging 26 points per game on a career-best 46% from the field goal.
The only other player. Edwards, yes! Here's Tapp, another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back and threw it down!
Ant-Man is aging like a fine wine. He's improving his scoring and shooting efficiency over 10% year over year. If he continues this upward trend, in 4 years he'll be 26 years old, averaging a ridiculous 35 points per game on over 50% field goal percentage, putting him right in league with Michael Jordan in his prime.
Stop it.
That's a huge if. Like a Michael Jordan greatest of all time sized if. But so far, Edwards is still improving year over year, and there's no sign he'll slow down.
Look at the moves by Edwards. Swashbuckling and slamming.
Now, a big critique of Edwards' game has been his tendency to play hero ball, often dribbling with blinders on and forgetting about his teammates altogether, which is very Jordan-esque of him. However, this year, Edwards has solved this flaw in his game, and you can see it in his pace and passing. Now, Edwards has the patience to let plays develop. He baits defenses into overcommitting, and when they do, he knows where to find his teammates for easy buckets.
Edwards pulling up Pajeski with 5. Edwards lean in pass to Conley. 3 on the way, and he got it.
From his rookie season until now, he's nearly doubled his assists per game. His playmaking and basketball IQ has grown too.
Sizing up Horford. Pull up. Got it!
In pick and roll scenarios, Edwards is recording a career best .97 points per possession on a career high 7.5 possessions per game. That might sound confusing, but this stat puts him in the top 10 in the league when playing in the pick and roll, right alongside basketball savants like Luka Doncic and Damian Lillard, and better than Steph Curry, who's at .91 points per possession in the pick and roll scenarios. We didn't see this level of trust in teammates, basketball IQ, and playmaking until much later in Jordan's career, when he got with Coach Phil Jackson in the 90s and fully bought into the triangle offense. So Edwards is unlocking his scoring, passing, and efficiency. What else does he need to do to reach the next level? Well, his defense is kind of suspect.
Maxey finding the angle. No.
Let's talk about seeing the man and the basketball. It's a lot of ways that coaches teach.
Edwards often gets caught ball watching, allowing players easy backdoor cuts.
A few years back with that 60-point performance.
Drives to the lane.
Murray gets around Edwards and scores.
Jump shots.
Shoot it. Wiggins for 3.
Or whatever you consider this is.
Washington invades.
On ball, Edwards has shown that he is solid. He's strong, quick, and plays well with his arms. But off ball, he's still questionable.
Cam Johnson, Bridges sees some light and takes it in.
This lack of discipline has Anthony Edwards with a below-average NBA defensive rating. Not a good mark for his individual greatness. But the Timberwolves are smart. This hole in his game has largely been covered up by 3-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert, whose presence in the paint is a backstop for Ant-Man's evolving understanding of defense. Plus, Jaden McDaniels checking the best guard every night is a huge relief too. Anthony Edwards has a lot to improve and is definitely not the defensive specialist that Michael Jordan was. Luckily for Anthony Edwards, I was able to find Jordan's basketball masterclass.
The philosophy behind defense is you try to limit the offense's capabilities or options.
Now, how can we find out if Anthony Edwards will win championships like MJ, or will win in the playoffs at all? I can't predict the future, but is Anthony Edwards clutch? Does he get better or worse when the pressure is on? Early evidence suggests that Edwards does in fact have the clutch gene. Through 11 postseason games, Edwards has averaged 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. In 2022, through 6 games, he put up 25, 4, and 3.
Edwards will fire again and hit. Feels like his group learned. Edwards fires it down. Step back, mid-range. Is money.
And then last year improved once again to an incredible 31, 5, and 5.
There to help.
Edwards gliding to the rack. Good hard fake, open three, got it. Here he comes, off balance, hangs, banks it in.
There are so many great players in the NBA who disappear in the playoffs. The fact that Edwards at this age is able to find another gear in the postseason is exactly the ability that could make him a legend. Keep an eye out for the Timberwolves in the 2024 playoffs, because that will be a huge test for Anthony Edwards. So what does the future hold for Anthony Edwards off the court? Well, the NBA is at a turning point. KD is 35. Steph Curry is turning 36. LeBron James will soon be 40 years old. These guys only have a few years left. Who will the NBA promote as the next face of the league? Luka, Shea, Wemby? A combination of all three of them? The NBA definitely has no shortage of talent. But what sets Anthony Edwards apart from the rest of the young talent is his charisma, the smile, the swag, the undeniable confidence.
Really, how good a baseball player were you?
I could have went to the MLB.
LeBron, Kobe, and MJ all had this innate magnetism from the start too. And every one of those guys told you how they felt.
Are you the best to ever play this game?
When I leave this game, I like to think that I was the best I ever played in the 15 years that I played.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
Fine. I'm the best. Michael second best. LeBron.
So it's only natural that the next star of the league would do the same.
Who's the best player in the NBA?
Me.
For years, the NBA has desperately been searching for a guy like this, the next Jordan. Kobe was definitely the closest, nearly a carbon copy, especially with all the work he put in to emulate his idol. But now here comes Anthony Edwards, and for the first time in a long time, his playstyle seems to naturally resemble MJ's.
I reached out to the GOAT today, Michael Jordan, and Jordan said there are similarities in their games. He agreed.
At 22 years old, Anthony Edwards is really, really good. And he's got a lot of time to get better, to refine his game and become the best version of himself. MJ didn't win his first championship till he was 27 years old. Kobe didn't win without Shaq until 30. Anthony Edwards is definitely not the second coming of Michael Jordan. Worst case scenario, Edwards remains a solid NBA All-Star for a few more seasons. Best case scenario, we're looking at a Kobe-like shooting guard who clearly has the confidence, the desire to improve, and above all else, will do whatever it takes to win.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is your ceiling, the absolute best player you can be, where are you at right now?
I'm like a 5 right now.
Edwards for the three, and you know that's a big moment for the rookie to hit a three with LeBron. Anthony Edwards, step back. Oh my, sizzling. Oh, I think it is just fine.
How good do you think Anthony Edwards is? Can he continue to improve to the elite levels of Michael Jordan? And does he have what it takes to win a championship in Minnesota and transform this small market franchise into a powerhouse like MJ did to the Chicago Bulls in the 90s? I guess only time will tell.